of the league! Quarantine.
I don't know what you're talking about. That intro's gold.
It's so good. All right, welcome back, everybody. We got State of the League, episode 9, I believe, or 8, one of the two. I lost track, but it's semifinals. We got a representative here from each team: Brambleback, Darth Ted. We got Infernal Zabel, Ocean Jamu, and Airdrake Isikli. How's it going, everyone?
It's going, man. We're chilling.
We're in there.
We're here.
chilling.
We're ready.
Hell yeah. And it turns out Zabel, he was in his chair. Still there, got a shoulder. Yeah, we're here. Semifinals. Congratulations, y'all made it. Or us all, however that
All right,
works.
let's wrap it up. That was a good show. Call it.
See you Sunday.
Yeah, we're just gonna pat ourselves on the back and then head it out. But no, seriously, to everybody who didn't make this far, you all played great. It was a good season. There's so many hype plays. And to the four teams, us, it was really fun watching everyone get this far, and it was sick. Those quarterfinals were absolutely fun to watch.
Bangers.
Bangers.
Super
For sure.
bangers.
Back to went to 6, man. Like 6 games total. Could have just been 4, but like I don't know. They were a good series.
Well, the funny thing about it is it couldn't have been 4, right? Because the losing team lost or won the first game of both series.
Well, yeah, it's
Yeah, no, I just thought it was great.
Could have won the second game, Eric. What do you mean?
Well,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's
That's what I mean. It could have been 4
You're right.
games.
My bad. Sorry.
You had a long break. It's okay.
Yeah, no. It's a nice vacation week last week. Hopefully we're going to be ready for this coming up week. But quarters, they were super fun. We can talk about the Airdrake one first versus Scuttle Crab. I believe that was the first games that got played that weekend, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, tell us a little bit about your prep going into the games, basically.
Sure. I talked a little bit about it in the interview after the game, and I personally was at a point where I was just like, I think we're just done. I think we're going to lose to Scuttle Crab. And then that turned out to not be the case, and we played really well actually in those games. So the prep going into it was confusing because I don't know, like our team it's so weird. I said that I just mentioned this before we went live, but like we end up we don't play quality games, we just play quantity of games. So when we were practicing, so going into Sunday, it's hard to know what we're gonna get. So we did well, and we came out on top. Scuttle Crab went hard as well. The week before, when we won one in week 7, they said come the playoffs we're at least gonna win one you. And I was like, all right. And they did that. So they took one.
All right. And I mean, coming off of that first game, it looked really shaky for you guys. Like, Scuttle Crab came out swinging. And I mean, Zeem absolutely popped off that game.
Yeah. I mean, that was kind of the game where I just realized we just needed to pivot. Plant our foot somewhere else. Where we were holding our bans, it just wasn't working. So we pivoted to banning out mid lane, not letting Zeem have Caitlyn. And then sorry, I'm looking at chat there.
Yeah, no.
Big memes
Getting
in
called
chat.
out.
Yeah, that's okay.
Holy
I
fuck.
think they know.
Oh no.
And for the record, I have total faith in my team right now. We're gonna come out swinging this weekend. You just you wait, Henry Higgins. Anyway, what was I saying? You asked the question. Oh yeah, pivoted on our bans, and that really like solidified what we were doing. We had a good matchup in the second game in mid lane, and then we had a good matchup in the second game also in mid lane. And Andrew just did the same. Shoemaker just did the same thing 3 games in a row, and did well in all of them. So
Yeah, the Gangplank looked really nasty.
Yeah.
Plus, he got the changes to him gets in this recent patch. He got a little bit of attack speed, but he got a bug fix to the barrels. Do you think that's going to affect him at all?
So I think the attack speed, I think the bug fix isn't going to do much. I think the attack speed is going to, because no, I don't, or at least I wasn't even aware that was a bug. So
Yeah, me neither.
it seems like one of those things that either occurred in like last patch and then just like no one noticed it, or not many people noticed it. I don't think it was ever on Reddit or anything. It just doesn't. I don't know. Maybe I'm like underestimating it. Maybe if it stacks like multiplicatively and you hit a 3-barrel chain and it was making Sheen do like 100 or 450% damage or something, then yeah. But like I don't know how it stacked or how it was working. So my guess is it was just a bug that wasn't that impactful, maybe. So the attack speed buff was like really significant. Well, it was like I don't remember. It was like a 0.5% increase in attack speed, which is actually pretty fucking nutty when the total is 2.5 attack speed, right? So a 0.5 increase is like really gross. Like that's a lot of attack speed. So that'll be noticeable for sure.
Yeah, I feel like the bug kind of just came about in Earth mode, and they noticed it there. It's got to be, right? Because
yeah,
otherwise,
that would make sense.
it's what Shoemaker said, where you don't use the barrels at one time. You don't explode
Right.
everyone at the same point, so that makes
Sure.
sense. But yeah, Scuttle unfortunately didn't end up coming out with any wins, or after the first one. What do you think? This does Zabel and Jamu as well. What do you think they could have done in the second and third games to come out on top?
Best of three, you know, it's when you take that first game, you don't want to get like a false sense of security. I mean, you're kind of in the driver's seat, but you still got to watch out because one misstep in a game and you're right back to a best of one pretty much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was actually our mentality at one point in the second game. They had a 4-0-2 Jinx with like a 400 gold bounty, and at that point in the game, I was like, shit, like we're probably gonna lose this. Like this is not looking good. And I called that out to my team, and I was like, if this guy dies next, if this is the next player we kill, we win the game. And if it's not, then we've got an issue. And I don't know if it was the next one, but it was we killed the Jinx pretty quick after that, and collected that bounty. So.
Yeah. Shoemaker just popped off in the top lane too. Like Adoma was, I think, 06 at the end. Shoemaker had like an 8,000 gold lead over him at the end of the game. It was actually nutty. As far as like what Scuttle could have done to win that game, I think if their focus is playing around Zim when he's on a pick like Jinx, you have to draft a little bit more peel than a Morgana jungle, because Leona ended up being like the only thing that could actually effectively peel for the Jinx, and that wasn't enough. I think maybe like a tank jungler would have been a better fit in that squad if they're playing to 1-4 like they did. But it's just a small thing, like a ball enabler maybe for the Orianna instead of Morgana, like a Zac or something. Would probably been pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I could totally see that. I'm not sure. The Morgana jungle also works with the Jinx pretty well, though, just for the Black Shield. And the Black Shield helps the Syndra, not just like one shot. So there's some merit to the pick. I think the Leona was kind of just like a, hey, we need Alistar 2 kind of thing. And it was also, I guess, a denial from Dainty Taco, because we did play it in the first game, right? So,
Yeah, I do love the Jinx Leona lane, though. It's really, really strong at just locking people down and putting out a lot of AoE damage. Being able to chain the chompers with onto an immobile carry like Kog'Maw and Lulu should be pretty effective.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, in terms of other things, I guess to win the game, I think it would be good to point out just that like what, I don't know. It didn't feel like the Morgana jungle was having the pressure that they needed to run away with the game. Whereas like I just had unstreams at mid lane, and I was just like dropping Syndra stuns on Orianna all game, and that didn't merit a couple kills at first, but eventually we started picking them up. And I don't know, just like that kind of game plan to get Aether Fox ahead might have helped them for sure as well.
All right, that's fair. But before we send this over to the other series, do you have any final words for Scuttle Crab now that you knocked him out?
Yeah, I hate playing against Ilduma. He's so good, dude. I don't know, whatever. I mean, he played at least 2 Maokai games, maybe 3. I don't really remember.
But... Yeah, 2. One was the York game.
Yeah, the York game. That was also really scary.
Yeah, something about Ildoma. He can be down 0-5 coming out of laning phase, but then all of a sudden he just has this side lane pressure that you have to deal with, or else he's going to take inhibitor.
Yeah, that's why Andrew was so strong, or Shoemaker was so strong in that game too, was just because all he did was match the York the whole game and just farm with the York. And then once he hit 3 items, he was just like so much stronger than York that he could just like 1v1. But he did have to farm like 3 items to get there.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, well, there you have it, folks. Airdrake able to come up 2-1 in that series, looking very strong. Thank you, Isikli, for breaking that down for us.
Let's give some Fs for Scuttle.
Yeah, Fs in the
For
chat.
sure.
Scuttle's got a scut, but next season. All right. And the other matchup we had on our hands was the series between Ocean versus Mountain, which was also a 2-1, where Mountain took the first game. So, game 1, Jemu, what are your thoughts on that? How did Mountain come out super strong?
So right away, before the game even started, we knew that we were kind of coming in with like a two-headed monster in mid lane, where we had to sub in Crack Variety after game 1 if we lost, or after game 2 regardless, based on the current rules, so, because he was our scheduled sub. So right away we knew that we would have preferred to win the first game, obviously, just in case that subbing him in kind of broke chemistry a little bit. But right away it kind of started rough for us, and in the bot lane at least. I know we had an unfavorable fight that gave Fat Super Dude some kills. Shadow was there like level 2. I think he broke off from killing Gromp and just went straight bot lane and interrupted our level 2 brawl. So that put us behind like immensely, and we just couldn't do anything, couldn't catch up and support the rest of the squad, who was doing pretty decently for the rest of the game. So unlike the rest of the season, we were the weak point. Game 1.
Yeah.
Fat Super Dude played really well the whole series, I thought.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, his Sivir looked absolutely phenomenal. And also Kanabi that series was making play after play on the Galio, looking super sick.
Yeah, the Galio made it really tough. I should have been able to dance around it with Kalista, I thought, but it was just not working out.
Yeah, I think
forced me onto Ezreal in the other games.
I think the max range taunt is about the same as Kalista's auto attack range, so that kind of feels bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean they took away our Yuumi. We were looking hot on that in the previous games that we were able to play it.
I think that was like the smartest ban that they did. That was so smart.
Yeah, big agree.
Yeah, Yuumi is pretty dumb right now, not gonna lie.
It's weird because it's actually like she's kind of weak early, and then like you get like you get that first item, the healing item, whatever, when you go, and she's just like a monster all of a sudden. It's like pretty nutty how good that character is really quickly, but like it does have to scale into the game.
Yeah.
But that's perfect for the Rect League, where most of the time games go into 30-35 minutes anyway.
Lets me play a lot of my jank too.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of my stupid shit. I just bails me out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so game 2 we had to sub in Crack. We refreshed the mental, as you have to do. I mean, it was a rough game for sure, but we knew that we had to win this one. Crack brought in like a fresh face, fresh mental. He was able to watch the game and tell us, kind of where we failed, where we faltered. brought out this LeBlanc that fucking just
It popped off.
like went crazy.
Yeah, the LeBlanc looked sick. I was actually really surprised. Not
I was
that like
too.
yeah, not that like he's good, but like LeBlanc's such a hard champion to play, and she's actually really like not that good of a champion. And he played it super well, so that was impressive.
Yeah, he was big time confident with the pick, and we were like, all right, man.
Yep. So
Play
I
it.
think thinking about that pick with how Ocean likes to play, especially with how Vash's playstyle, like aggressive, kind of in your face, gonna just run at you playstyle, I think LeBlanc actually fits really well. It's just a really like aggressive mid laner. Obviously her weakness is the wave throw, but as long as she was able to like clear the waves and like go help, it was such a good pick, and we'll have to see how that goes on Sunday.
Yeah, I just can't believe they didn't end up banning it for game 3. So it looked like such a problem, and it didn't seem like Mountain really knew how to play around it.
Yeah, not to mention Shadow had the Syndra jungle, which I definitely appreciate as a previous jungler who tried Teemo a few times. So I appreciate the jank. Syndra's a little bit more viable, I think, but maybe. But Crack was saying how the Syndra definitely should have been able to disrupt him, but he was able to just play around it. It was pretty effective.
Syndra's pretty good in the jungle. She's like a better version of Elise, in my opinion.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And then we had a couple different picks from what we typically play in the Kayn top and the Zac jungle. I personally really like the Zac. It kind of makes team fights chaotic, so less stuff is happening around me in the back line. And Rubber Band Man on Kayn just killed it in lane. Was able to translate that into blowing up back lines. Again, makes it really easy for me. Takes a lot of the pressure off.
Yeah, Kayn top is so sick right now too.
Kayn mid too,
Yeah.
right?
It was
apparently.
ridiculous in game
Kayn
2.
lane.
The Kayn top was ridiculous in game 2. It was so strong. It was such a good counter pick into, what was it, Cho'Gath?
Yeah, Cho'Gath.
Yeah, it was so good.
I thought he was gonna get dumpstered in the last game against the Darius. Like,
Yeah, that
I
was.
really feel like Darius wins that matchup hard. But
It was a risky pick, and I get he was kind of just like betting on him being a better player than Quaz, and it is basically how the matchup turned out. He ended up just kind of outplaying it.
well, he was behind significantly for like
Yeah.
almost the whole laning phase. He was down like 60 CS at one point, and like a level and a half ish. But Quaz just wasn't able to actually get any kills.
Yeah, he wasn't able to get the kills right. Exactly, he wasn't able to convert it.
He was
And
basically
in that
up by 2
sense,
kills.
and in that sense, in that bad matchup, he did. I mean, he definitely did mitigate and like outplay that, right? Because if you play a melee matchup with one dash into Darius, like you're usually just doomed. Like 90% of characters who fit that description just lose auto and should die a lot. But he made it work.
Yeah, but after a laning phase, though, the Darius kind of seemed.
Yeah, I mean, Darius is a bad champion. Like, let's be clear. Darius is a bad champion, but he's a lane bully. So, like,
I don't know what you mean, guys.
That's what it is.
I inted like 3 kills into him after laning phase.
oh,
Totally
Good.
disrespected him. I was like, this guy can't kill me. Killed me.
What's he gonna do? Kill me?
Probably. But yeah, Mountain. I don't know.
Yeah.
They
I
looked
got another
good,
note on Darius.
but-
Sorry. Darius is actually a sick champion if you take Ghost. If you just go Ghost Flash and literally only play for lane and ignore, like, don't TP, don't ever join a fight, just pretend you're Tryndamere and you're disgusting. You'll just win everything.
Yeah, I would have liked to see the Ghost Flash instead of the TP.
But yeah,
Sure.
that wasn't how it was played. So
Yeah, I don't feel like that's ever going to be good in a competitive 5v5 setting, though.
I think so. I mean, Mouse Amazing, the few times he did play Tryndamere top, he actually did carry really hard on all those games. But I don't think he's played it for like 2 seasons in the Rec League at this point. So you might be right. I don't know.
Yeah, most of the time he's been mid in jungle, so sadly we didn't get to see that this season. Ghost Darius
I
players.
see
are
you
different.
setting up the Darius mid. Yeah, exactly. Cheese incoming, boys.
No, it's going to be an Udyr versus Yasuo mid lane matchup this Sunday.
Someone pick Yasuo against me. I'll pick Udyr every day, all day.
It'll be fun. But yeah, Mountain, they came out swinging game 1 and played really well game 2 and 3. Unfortunately, just like Scuttle Crab, they are out in quarters. But good for them for ended up clawing their way into playoffs. They put up a strong season. It was fun having it, guys, here. I don't want that Udyr on my team.
Yeah, that was a great series. It could have definitely went either way. And that's what you want to see.
Yeah,
It's fun. It's fun that way.
Right, both of them totally could have gone either way. I really wish both of them were best of fives. That would have been so sick. But
yeah. Unfortunately,
What
we
can
had
you do?
time constraints.
yeah.
All right. Well, those were great series. And to us here, I just want to pose one question to you. Who do you think, out of all the other 4 teams that aren't here, who do you think was your hardest matchup?
I mean, obviously for us Sentinels, right? Like they took us the distance, so
Those are crazy games. Those are
they were.
so fun to cast.
yeah. They got it together at the end of the season. They played really well in the second game, at least.
I think they went for the cutie pie strategy of like, if I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, how could they possibly know what I'm doing? I mean, it worked.
Sounds
It was
about
sick.
right,
It
yeah.
was super sick.
It almost worked.
It was very challenging.
I guess ours was probably Mountain, just because it was like, I think it was our first game match of the series. I don't know. Pretty sure I would say it was Mountain. We split 1-1 to them, and then even though like in the second game we had like a huge lead, we were on inhibitors, we were like smashing, and they just like totally turned it on its head and owned us. So yeah, I'd say Mountain.
Oh,
for
that
us.
game was also super crazy. I forgot about that. All their inhibitors
Yeah, it was
down, and then
crazy.
they
That
turned
was
it
a
back.
crazy
That was
series.
insane.
Yeah.
I would definitely say Scuttle for us. It was our first game of the season. But playing against Adoma is always a chore. He's got all those weird picks that can carry,
Yeah.
and you got Aether Fox and the rest of the crew that could just pop off at any given time.
Yeah, I think for us, we also have to say Scuttle for the same reasoning of Adolma can just absolutely steamroll a game, and Aetherfox, no matter if he's 3-0 or 0-3, he's going to play the lane exactly the same and be super aggressive and in your face. And he just somehow finds these random picks that just stop team fights before they begin, which is really, really strong. Not to mention Zeem is just a monster in the bot lane.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
It's super good.
All right, and so just one more question about the season. What do you think your highest highs were throughout? Like, when did you personally get the most hype for your team?
So you said, hold on, you used the word personally, meaning
Yeah.
for each of us individually.
Yeah,
But then
you-
you also said about the team. So is this like a team's hype or like my like our
while
personal
you were
hype?
in a game with your team, when did you get the most hype?
Oh, it was definitely in that last game that I played 100%. That was a wild fucking ride. The last TF game against Scuttle Crab. Yeah, I was pretty much screaming the whole time. I don't know about screaming, but I was being very obnoxious in our in our channel for sure.
I would say probably 27 minutes into game 2 against Infernal.
All right,
That
that's
was
what
the
we like
most
to hear.
hype, and then it immediately went down to very low hype levels.
No.
But we were about to knock off the first place team after getting beat up pretty bad in game 1, and yeah, we were excited. So more of that hopefully this weekend.
Actually,
More of
you
the
know,
highs, maybe no
hold on.
lows.
I take it back. In game 2 against Scuttle Crab, there was a moment where we took our first dragon, and it was like the first dragon we had taken in the whole series. And I literally screamed, "We won a dragon fight! Let's go, boys!" Because we don't do that. We never win dragon fights. That was funny. That was it.
The specific moment to add might have been the flash package rocket from Phoenix. We
So
definitely
good.
let out. We definitely screamed a little bit after that one.
I mean, I was
Collectively.
screaming watching watching
fun.
it.
It was very hectic.
Yeah, that game was super
Can't wait
fun
for
to
5
watch.
Yeah.
games of that. Hopefully.
I don't know if the casters
That's
are going to
sick.
be able to take it. 5 straight games of that. God.
I have to take a nap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a heart
Serious nap.
attack.
We're gonna have to rotate in casters, I think, for that matchup.
We'll have like a half-hour break in between each game.
Got Ativan on deck.
Yeah.
Probably my hypest moments. Honestly, that game 2 versus Ocean when we turned it around, like the turning point was like super hype. I'm not gonna lie, because we were sure that I was sure personally that like I was like we're fucked, like this game's over, and then we somehow turned it around. And also our series versus Bramble in game 2 when I started off with a double kill on the invade at level 1, and then the next kill I got, I was just like popping off in the chat. I was going fucking nuts because I was like, dude, we fucking got this. We're gonna crush these nerds. Let's go.
Then it took you 40 minutes.
And then it took us 40 minutes, staying on brand at least.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, for us, it's got to be the second game. Was it first or second game against Ocean? It was definitely the second game when Greg was on Oriana and he just pressed R and murdered Jamu. We were all just screaming that you're dead and we can win. It was so good.
My GA was on like 3 seconds. 3 seconds until it was up.
That's
I went
so
back and left it at that.
That is really, really sad. Good for us, but
Yo
sad.
TP, dude. Some fucking Yo TP right there, for sure.
DOTP, Decade of the Pickle.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
10 more years of pickle. That's what I'm seeing.
I'm Pickle Rick. 10 more years.
Gotta get that Szechuan sauce. All right. But looking towards the future, we got semis ahead of us. Everyone here is playing against each other on Sunday. You got Air versus Bramble at 12 o'clock, and then Infernal versus Ocean at 5, I believe. Yeah, 5 hours for series.
Yeah.
All right. What do you guys think about the first matchup? Air versus Bramble. How's this going?
Third game. Whoever wins the third game wins the series. I don't know if that's so. I think we're gonna see, like it could be 3-0, but I doubt it. I think it's gonna either go 3-1, and so it's gonna be like 1-1, and then whoever wins the third game is gonna win the fourth game. So whoever wins that third game is taking it. That's the way I see it. We'll see. I am going 3-1 there because we're definitely winning. So of
course,
I'm not dropping out of the playoffs until the playoffs are over.
I
That's all I'm
wasn't
saying.
I wasn't even gonna ask like you or me what we thought of the series, just because I'm gonna say Bramble, you're gonna say Air. I'm not gonna ask Zabel and Jamu what they think about Ocean versus Infernal, because like that's
no.
it.
I think they should say their own team. I think you gotta
100%.
bet on yourselves.
Everyone bets on themselves, unless you're Shoemaker. Shoemaker never bets on himself.
Heck yeah.
But he wins, so I don't know. Anyways, Zabel and Jamu, what do you guys think about it?
I actually come out on the other side of the spectrum. I think that whoever wins the first game is going to win the series. I think that both of those teams are kind of snowbally with the momentum, and I think that whoever wins the first game is going to carry the momentum into like a 3-0 or a 3-1. Yeah, I just don't. I really want to see 5 games, but I think it's going to be decisive from either team, depending on who starts their snowball first.
Okay.
I don't know, man. I'm still having nightmares of the pickle popper Oreo. So I'm scared. I'm shook. I'm gonna have to go with you guys. Go with Bramble. I'm gonna say in 4. I'll go in 4 games.
4 games. All right.
Yeah.
So, which matchups do you think are the most crucial for both teams?
Actually, wait, before we do that, can we just talk about how sick it is that this is how it's ending up? Where it's like,
yeah, okay, yeah.
Like it's like, it's kind of like Shoes facing off against his old team. That's sick. And then Eric's facing off against his old team. That's sick. I don't know. I think like there's a lot of hype here, just like in terms of what the teams are, like who
Storyline breakdown.
Right. Like for instance, if it had been like Air versus Inferno, the story wouldn't have been quite as cool because I don't know. It's like the friends aren't fighting, but like now we've got like the friends head bashing. I fucking love it. I think it's sick.
Darth Head revenge game. Yeah. Oh, Shoemaker, by the way, I heard Brian the Broken no longer wants to hang out with you. I'm sorry.
Definitely does. No.
But yeah, no, if you want to get in the storylines, we'll do Air versus Bramble first. And so my favorite one is what you already mentioned, right? Season 5 champions split up, and now they're going head to head. But it's also Bramble and Pickle Popper, who pretty much carried that team last season
Right.
to the finals versus Air.
Yeah.
So it's a rematch, except a little bit of a different team on both sides.
It's sort of like the ultimate grudge match. It's really cool. I'm
It
like
is.
super.
It is.
I don't know. It's like I'm really glad the semis played out this way because it's allowing for like guaranteed one of those two teams back to the finals, which is sick. And then I don't know. I just think I think the postseason couldn't have played off better in terms of storylines. That's all I'm saying.
I think
I agree.
Mountain could have played against Air.
True.
And then you would have been playing against like two of your best friends. which would have
Oh,
been sick.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. That would have been a banger. Those would have been crazy games.
I mean, they're all crazy.
I just feel like every match of the semifinals feels like a final. Like
It does.
Yeah.
I feel like all 4 of these teams could easily be in the finals, and
Right.
it's going to be absolutely nuts.
And I love the Wild Tortuga storyline of being on Air Drake as the sub last season, the understudy,
Yeah. Coming into his own.
and having to overthrow me, the one whose spot he
Right.
took. Oh, it's good. But yeah, Shoemaker, I'm coming for you. We're just gonna do Vayne. Send me top lane.
Oh gosh.
I know it's illegal, but
Okay, I'm sorry for that distraction.
no, you're good. That's. I mean, it's definitely worth.
That's what it's all
bringing up.
about.
Yeah. And, I mean, we've been hearing YOTP every single time, right? And even on Bramble, we have storylines like Sasha and Nolark. They were on Mountain versus Bramble in the quarterfinals, right? And they were, or no, semifinals last season, and they were 2-2. And then Sasha's cat kicked out her computer and had to restart and do a full-on Windows update,
Yeah.
which absolutely stinks. But now they're playing with Pickle Popper on Bramble, and I think that's kind of cool as well. Being able to get past the spot where they just previously failed.
Yeah.
And Sasha and Nolark also have a pretty big rivalry with OnStream,
Yeah.
which we won't get too into, but they were both competing for the starting spot on the Mountain team last year for jungling position. So that's always fun.
Right.
But yeah, let's talk more about the game rather than the people. Where do you think the major matchups, the most important matchups are going to be for each team?
It's got to be mid lane, right?
Yeah. I'm actually
Two
I agree
Titans.
there. Are we talking about Bramble Air, or are we talking about all 4 games?
Bramble
Like,
Air right now.
both
We'll get
games?
into
Okay.
Yeah.
Ocean Inferno later.
Yeah, I would say mid lane for sure. The final
You got-
battle
you-
for Cobalt.
You got Pickle on his
I kinda think-
signature.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be the
Right.
first to admit. I think the year the pickle is real this season. My man, like, he found his champ pool and he's just been like grinding them, and it just looks good. I don't know. His results say everything. He's carrying real hard when he needs to. He's playing the role play for Darth Tad when he needs to. He's just like doing what his team requires to win games, and that's pretty much all you can ask out of a mid laner. And it's really, really sick to see that, coming to fruition for him.
Yeah, I mean, we can't really ask him to be Shu. But he does his best. And he's been cracking
he's
down
got-
on people.
He's got his like handful of like signature support mid laner picks that are just like super effective when played correctly.
Right.
Just kind of like anchors down the middle of the map.
Yeah, it's hard to take too much of an advantage over it. So
That's true. And everything he does has significant wave clear, so even if he's getting camped, and he can kind of just sit back and avoid ganks, which is always really nice.
I say support mid laner, and then I get 100 to 0 and like 2 abilities. So.
Oriana's
that
not
can-
really a
that can
support.
happen.
I would call Orianna
Utility.
not in that
Like
category.
utility mid laner.
She's a hard scaler, dude.
Yeah, I think that's one of the strengths. Pretty much every champ he picks is kind of a hard scaler. And it plays towards the, if Bramble doesn't win in 20, well, then we have Pickle Popper. That's always good. But yeah, I think the jungle matchup's going to be very important too in this one. Just wherever Sasha and Unstream go, I think if they choose to camp top mid or bot lane, both of them are going to be probably tailing each other, and there's going to be a lot of 2v2 and 3v3 skirmishes happening around the map. And so, depending on what champs get picked, I think whoever just can initiate the ganks successfully will end up coming on top.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Like, I feel like the rest of the rec league is really going to be gank and lane like driven. It's not going to be like you're not going to. I don't know. I feel like there aren't enough skill gaps anymore to like really look for solo kills, unless Air goes to finals and Shu just solos me like 4 times. But like other than that, I don't think that's really going to happen too much. So, yeah, I don't know, man. Like we'll see. I think a lot of it, as you say, is just going to be jungle pressure driven. Where the ganks come down, they're going to get ahead.
Yeah,
Alright.
Sasha's got that like real. She like lingers in lane. Like I know for me as a bot laner, like I've been killed so many times by her just fucking just like hanging around in a lane longer than I expected, and I kind
Right.
of let my guard down.
Yeah, she has a really
And it-
good job of not letting like the alive jungle camps that she has like I guess scare her away from getting a successful gank down and getting her lanes ahead.
Yeah, that really can swing a lane and a game.
Right.
It's huge.
That's some fire right there from Pickle Popper.
Damn, Greg.
That's some
Damn,
intense
dog.
flame. Yeah, and the top lane matchup, I'm expecting to be a little bit of a snooze fest. I think it's just you, Paco. I see everyone's cam's fine, right?
Yeah.
They're frozen for me when I had the stream up, but I just refreshed it and it looks good now. So
Alright.
maybe give it a refresh.
It does seem a little slow. I guess, I don't know. All right. But yeah, there you have it. A lot of people betting on Bramble. And Sickly, obviously, betting on himself. I'm just curious where Cop is going to bet for this matchup.
Yeah, the cop is the
cop,
Rect Vegas
yeah.
odds, right? So,
He already posted his odds.
Oh, that's true.
oh, did he?
Yeah, what are they?
54 to 46.
Yeah.
For Bramble?
54.2%
Mm,
to 45.8%.
that 0.2% definitely makes a difference. Oh yeah, there was a little bit of a flame chat going on in there. I don't know who started that.
Love to see it.
That's a quality Discord chat right there like this.
Yeah, my bad.
So some good memes.
I just love fake insulting people. Just giving them a compliment but framing it as an insult. I don't know. I think it's the funniest thing. Because people read it and they're like, wait, Wait, what?
Oh shit! Cop says he's betting against his odds for Air versus Purple. Pog, we've got
Pog
Cop.
champ.
It's over.
All right, we lose. Good
Call it
game.
in.
Game 3 goes to Air. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's going to be a very close matchup, and honestly, if it goes to 5 games, I won't be upset. They'll be super intense.
Yo, so there's never been a reverse sweep in the Rect League. I think there's only been one game, like 5-game best of 5 in season 2. So yeah, if you just for any of those teams out there that go down 0-2 this weekend, just
Are you
think
saying
about
the
that.
odds
About
aren't
it
in
the
your
back of
favor?
mind. Look, all I'm saying
You're-
is just
you're
keep it
due.
in the back of your mind.
Think about how hype it'll be when you reverse sweep.
Exactly.
Let
Let that
Yeah,
drive you.
right. Like if you think that you could just 3-0, why not just throw 2 games and then 3-0, you know? Like...
You know what? That's fair. You're just baiting me to go 0-2, aren't you?
Sometimes you gotta make sacrifices for the health of the league and maintaining viewership.
Yeah,
gotta do everyone
wants to hear that Magikarp Festival. That's for sure. All right, but enough about us. Let's talk a little bit about the Ocean Infernal. We got some more fun storylines there. All the friends of Ocean, ending up splitting up, parting the seas, going to separate lands, learning how to play the game. And Infernal snagging Shu once again. Jmu, how upsetting is it to lose Shu to Zabel once again this season?
It's Shu and it's Cobalt.
And
so-
Cobalt.
Oh, true. It's not just
lost-
you.
we
We
lost
gotta
a
think
big-
about
we
that.
lost a big,
You know what?
we lost a big
Ah,
chunk of our
good.
team.
Yo, Cobalt technically
I
belongs
had a
to
lot to
Air,
offer.
so
I know. I was gonna say. I'm pretty sure at this point, Cobalt's
I don't,
been
know,
on
I don't
Earth
think
for,
anyone
like,
shook on
years.
that, but
Cobalt is gonna be secret agent. Air's gonna win, Infernal's gonna win, then Cobalt's gonna throw the finals.
Ooh.
But yeah,
no, yeah, it's definitely it's rough, you know. We all played with each other for a long time, and we just decided to part ways and try something new for a season, and we ended up here.
You all ended up back together, I suppose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
universe couldn't keep us apart.
that's really cute.
So cute.
I don't really know if there's anything else. I mean, other than the Vash and Rivian playing against each other. Because Vash was on Infernal, what was it, 2 seasons ago? When him
Yeah,
and,
season 4.
Yeah, season 4, when their bot lane looked absolutely dominant. That was so scary to play against.
Yeah,
True.
kind of me and Crack on the same team last year too.
Oh, right. Keep forgetting Crack. Crack is a good
Crack,
laner.
Crack Daddy, the boy himself.
He's a starting mid laner now. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Got promoted.
Right place, right time.
The
Do you guys
7C
have a
semifinals,
sub lined up?
7 Ocean players.
We do not. We decided to go with Crack for the whole series to kind of keep the chemistry of the what hopes to be a long series, or maybe not too long if we're just 3-0, but
3 Ocean, yeah.
just keep everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
keep everyone on the same page, not like rustle anything up.
I'm excited to see the LeBlanc come out and absolutely pop Shu. That would be sick.
I'm just,
I don't
I'm
know.
excited. I'm just excited for
It's
the,
gonna be a fun
we
matchup.
have
for
some
the
sick
reverse
counters
sweep,
lined up.
whoever can do it, man.
Yeah.
All right, Zabel, what are your thoughts on the matchup?
We have a feeling.
Honestly, we were kind of hoping to roll Air Drake.
Wait, like
Uh,
rolls and destroy or rolls and RNG? Hold on.
As
Both?
like our RNG. We were really worried about playing against Ocean just because that series felt so contested. Obviously, I think Air is playing a lot better than they were when we played them, so I can't really say that 100%. But yeah, Ocean just matches up really well into us. I think Crack Variety is a direct upgrade over Phoenix just with his champion pool and how he plays. No BM to Phoenix, but just a small champion pool kind of made it like a linear play style for him. I think Crack is a good fit for you guys coming off the bench. And Vash is always really scary to jungle against. The guy's just been looking so good somehow. Like fucking just roll swaps and instantly a god. I don't know, but I'm just worried, dude. They look so good. I'm just concerned. Like the game we did play them, Jamu got so fucking fed, and it took like everything we had to come back and win.
Same.
And if that's and if that's a best of 5, I think it might look different. So I expect it to go the distance, and I'm really, really excited to play the games. Going to be some really stiff competition, and honestly, I can't call it either way. I think it's going to be really competitive, though, for sure.
I mean, you have to call it.
Yeah.
We're not letting you off here without calling.
All right, I think we're gonna win 3-2.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
3-2.
I'm also calling Inferno 3-2, but I have a question. Are you gonna Inferno 3-2 off the reverse sweep or what's going on here?
It's gonna be 1-1.
Oh my god, hopefully not.
It's gonna be.
Jamie.
That would be miserable.
we're gonna win the first game. We're gonna lose the second game, and then we're gonna win the third game, lose the fourth game, and win the fifth game. It's gonna be back and forth.
So you're gonna win
Oh my
all the
God.
games on one side of the map. Like if you're blue or red for game 1, that's the only
Yeah.
side you're gonna win.
I was gonna say, I
Is
think
that what you're
side
saying?
selection matters a lot in this series.
So, how we do side selection? Do we just flip every time, or does the team that
No.
won previously get to pick again? Flipping every time.
Higher seed.
Higher seed picks
So-
first, and then it alternates.
It alternates. Okay, so you don't get to just choose based on
No.
No.
the map. Okay. Yeah, I think it's gonna go. I think it's gonna go back and forth.
Okay. I like it.
That would also be very hype. Getting the 2-2. Hearing
Yeah,
that Magic
yeah.
Car Festival.
Getting a Magic Car Festival is what we need.
Always
That's
hype.
what we want in our life.
Hell yeah.
Especially for the later game of the day. And especially if they're all like the Infernal Ocean games that we saw in the regular season. I mean, 5 games of that.
That'd be exhausting.
It's going to be exhausting. James,
I mean,
no,
I was tired after
no,
that second
please.
game that we played, so
Having to,
it'll be a lot of
having to go back, like,
big mental test.
right? If you put yourself back in those shoes, and we're like, damn, I got to win 3 games after this in order to come out. I'd say that's a reverse sweep, baby. That's what that
I
is.
literally, I
Keep
literally
hyping
already
it up.
I already took the Monday off work after Sunday.
That's probably
That's
a
a
good call.
smart move. Did you do it for the finals too?
I'm going to. Yeah.
Don't you need 2 weeks notice?
If you get there, if you survive.
I don't need 2 weeks notice. But yeah, if we survive.
Yeah, I think this. I mean, obviously, these games revolve highly around if Ocean can close out, right? Because I think Ocean's proven that they're very, very strong early game team, and Vash is. I mean, his pathing is absolutely insane. He farms really well, and he ganks very, very well, and he gets lanes ahead. But Ocean is tended to not be able to close out cleanly. And I think if you guys have solved that problem, then I think you guys can win pretty... I wouldn't say easily, but like you guys could win in a 3-1 series. But I think it's also going to be 3-1 Infernal. Just because I haven't seen it yet, you know?
Yeah, I don't know if anyone's really too surprised by either any. Like everyone voted. We said everyone on Bramble, right? We said
Yeah,
Bramble was
Bramble,
gonna
Infernal.
be there, and then 3 say Infernal's going the other way. So it's not like too shocking, I suppose. And I think the biggest thing to keep in mind is, at least if I'm talking directly to you, Jamu, the biggest thing to keep in mind is backs against the wall. What are you gonna do? You know, like if everyone's expecting you to lose, man, it's fucking bring
Bend
it.
but don't break.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll be excited to see you in the finals, Jamu. It'd be fun to play against you again.
That would be an exhausting 2 series if it ends up that way.
To be fair,
Dude,
it's going to be
yeah.
exhausting anyways.
Yeah, regardless, yeah. No, it's
Hoping
definitely
for the best of us.
two conflicting play styles with the scale it up, and we're trying to win fast typically, we've been working on it, but it'll definitely be interesting. I'm gonna say 3-2 us, obviously, just because I want
And
to see
I
it.
got same question for you then for Austin. Is it a 3-2 reverse sweep or
Yeah.
how we looking? What are we looking
Which
at?
games are you gonna win?
I could see a world where we go down 0-2 and
All
reverse
right.
sweep.
Yeah.
I
And
could
then
see
your
it.
back's truly against the
If you
wall
remember,
there.
last year we were down 0-2 and we brought out our best game of the season, I think,
Oh yeah.
for
The
me
Teemo
personally.
Jungle.
Yeah, well, the Pantheon
No,
before
the
that.
Pantheon.
True.
When the
yeah, true.
Illusion freaking steamrolled us bot lane. Holy crap.
Right.
That was rough.
That was
So
a
there's,
wild
I don't
one.
know, there's something about playing backs to the wall. It's kind of fun.
Definitely. I'm totally there.
I don't want to be there, but I'll embrace it if it comes.
Yeah, I feel like the last time I really felt backs to the wall was in the season 3 finals against Scuttle Crab, where no one thought we were going to do anything. and
Oh
then we
my
just
god.
3-0'd.
I played
That
like
was
crap.
definitely it, dude.
Oh no. That felt so bad. We were almost on the verge of the reverse sweep too. Game 3, we had that in our clutches.
Yeah,
It was
played-
so close.
played better there.
Yeah. God, I threw that game so hard. Sorry, reminiscing about the past. You see me just go into the distance, just looking for that mug that I never earned. Feels bad, man.
It's across the room somewhere if you
Yeah.
want to see it.
Ouch. Damn, dude.
Sorry.
No, he said we weren't gonna flame that hard. Yeah, but see, this is why the Air Bramble game is gonna be sick.
Yeah, definitely. It's gonna be good. It's a good one.
All right, but that's a look at the matchups, and we hope everyone in Twitch chat will join us on Sunday for them. Games are going to be going all day long, so hopefully you can join us. But for now, we're going to throw it over to a quick Q&A section. If y'all have any questions to us, if you want to know who the cutest 80 carry player of the Rec League is, obviously Jmu. But
Who's to say?
let us know, because we can answer pretty much about anything. Except for when Valorant League is. Can't answer that.
Look, all I'm saying, Valorant's down this weekend, but next weekend.
Valorant show match pre-finals.
I mean, if you keep hyping it up, it'll happen eventually, right? We should, we should probably try to get good at the game first.
I think it's more
Tall
funny
order.
if it's not.
That's a good point. But then you get like the custom games we played against Jmu and Briggsworth, where you just like literally step around a corner, Briggsworth headshots you, and you can't do anything.
Is he nasty?
Yeah, he's so nasty.
It's a lot harder when you don't have a full 5 because you can't. It's harder to like push sites and stuff. We were playing like a 4v4, I think.
I get you.
Over under at 7 Rec League viewers hammered by the end of Sunday. What do you got? I
Over.
would say over.
I'm hoping I'm one of them.
Yeah, seriously. Wait, you're hoping you're not one of them, right? While you're playing,
Not a viewer, Rec League member.
Yeah.
Guess we will have a separate question for players.
How many casters though? Like if we have all three, like 100%, right? Like it's got to be.
All of them, dude.
Have to do something like they take bets on the game after champ select, and the casters have to do a shot if they're wrong for the finals. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have
I'm
to do
only saying that because I hope I'm playing.
you have to do post draft predictions. Each
Yeah,
game.
every shot you take, you lose a button. All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. Yeah, unless we have any more questions come along, we're gonna shut the stream off and let everybody get back to their respective practices, which are hard needed in these times.
Alrighty.
Well, doesn't see it. Well, thank you everyone for coming out here. J-Moo and Sickly, good luck this weekend. It'll be fun playing against one of you Sunday and the next one the
Watching
next
the
Sunday.
other one. Oh.
Ooh. Yeah.
Oh, savage.
But yeah, it's gonna be a fun weekend. Thank you very much for coming here and talking about the games with us. It's a pleasure having you on.
Heck yeah, man.
Thank you. Big fun always.
Always. And Zabel, good luck this weekend. You're up against some tough competition.
Yeah. We're ready.
Hell
Getting
yeah.
ready.
Getting ready. But to everybody in Twitch chat, thank you very much for supporting us here. Remember to check out our merch shop on the website. We're, actually legit now, so hell yeah. And we're going to be doing semifinals this weekend, finals next weekend, and then stay tuned in the off season. We'll probably be launching some fun random tournaments depending on what people want. So keep in mind, just check the Facebook, check the Discord, and we will see you all on Sunday. Have a good night.